Erotic Capital, Hakim, reveals how charm and sex appeal open doors in life and career. Have you ever felt the weight of being ignored in a crowded room? Have you walked into a room and noticed no one turned to look, as if your presence were invisible? This pain of social invisibility is more common than you might think. And this is precisely where the concept of erotic capital, coined by sociologist Hakim, comes in. It reveals an uncomfortable truth. The blend of charm, beauty, charisma, style, and sex appeal can open doors faster than any degree or technical skill. It's hard to admit, but we've all seen less competent people seize opportunities, relationships, and respect simply because they knew how to leverage the magnetism of appearance and personal energy. While you're working hard, you might be falling behind because you haven't learned how to activate this invisible capital. This is an invitation to dive into transformative learning, to discover how to increase your erotic capital and use this social power to your advantage. We're not just talking about aesthetics, but about presence, posture, charm, energy, and magnetism that attract attention, respect, and opportunities. And before we continue, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a like, because here, you'll learn how to transform your social, romantic, and professional life with insights most people have never heard of. Erotic Capital is composed of 6 elements: physical beauty that grabs attention, sex appeal that conveys desire, charisma that generates instant empathy, energy that invigorates the environment, style and personal presentation that communicate, power and social skills that make people pay attention effortlessly. When well cultivated, these elements function as an invisible currency that directly influences relationships, choices, and destinies. Imagine this scenario. You speak in a meeting, but no one pays attention. Minutes later, someone with more presence, even stating the obvious, captures everyone's attention. This isn't just unfair, it's living proof that erotic capital determines who gets heard, remembered, and valued. And the good news is, this isn't luck, it's strategy, and it can be learned. Often we believe that only study, effort, and technical skill are enough. But the truth is, we live in a society that instinctively responds to beauty, charm, and charisma. To deny this is to condemn yourself to missing opportunities, while those who understand and apply these principles transform their own lives. Optimized insights. Erotic capital is an invisible currency that opens doors. Beauty, charisma, style, and energy are as strategic as diplomas. It's possible to learn how to develop charm and presence at any age. And here's the turning point. If you learn to activate these elements, you'll notice that people start looking at you differently, with more respect, desire, and interest, as if something has shifted in the air, even without you saying a word. And that's just the beginning, because in the next part, you'll discover how to use this hidden power not just to attract, but to gain a real advantage in any environment. Now that you understand, erotic capital is an invisible currency that determines who receives attention and who is ignored. It's time to discover how to practically apply this in your life. Imagine this scenario. You're at a professional event surrounded by important people, and instead of fighting to be noticed, your mere presence attracts glances and conversations. This is the power of charisma combined with strategic appearance and implicit sex appeal, a power that influences silently, yet overwhelmingly. Many people strive to speak louder, prove competence, and demonstrate value, yet they continue to be overlooked. Meanwhile, those who master their erotic capital achieve prominence without having to beg. The secret lies in understanding that the human mind instinctively responds to signals of beauty, style, and social magnetism, and that you can learn to activate these signals in your daily life. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to achieve everything with ease, as if the world conspires in their favor? They don't just have luck. They've learned to use their energy, charm, and posture as invisible weapons. And you can do it too. It's not about changing who you are, but about strategically enhancing what already exists within you. Here's an essential point. Society may pretend to value only diplomas and titles, but deep down, important decisions are guided by primal emotions. Hakim's sexy canvas illustrates that status, desire, and envy are powerful social drivers. Those who master these triggers also master opportunities. And before we reveal the practical steps to activate your erotic capital, take a moment to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because we're at the most important point of this learning journey. If you stay until the end, you'll discover how to transform your personal and professional life using this invisible power that few recognize. The secret lies in small adjustments that make a huge difference. A hairstyle that conveys confidence, a smile that brightens the room, a firm posture that communicates respect even before you open your mouth. These are details that seem simple, but when combined, they create a devastating impact. Optimized insights. The world responds first to charisma, then to content. Those who master erotic capital gain attention effortlessly. Small adjustments in style and energy transform how you are perceived. And here's the most intriguing point. If you've realized until now that you're losing ground by not using your erotic capital, in the next part, you'll understand how to apply these principles strategically to gain not just attention, but also respect, prestige, and real opportunities that can completely change the course of your life. We've reached the moment to understand how to apply erotic capital as a true strategic tool to transform how the world reacts to you. Think of how many doors have closed simply because you didn't attract enough attention, and now imagine if you could reverse that game, becoming the person remembered, desired, and respected in any environment. This is the promise Hakim delivers in her work, showing that we're not just talking about appearance, but about a set of factors including charisma, charm, energy, style, social skills, and implicit sex appeal, which together function as an invisible shortcut to success. From the moment you cultivate your presence, adjust your posture, value your appearance, and work on your personal magnetism, you'll start to notice a real change in how people treat you. Invitations will arise, opportunities will appear, relationships will strengthen, and the feeling of being at a disadvantage will disappear, because you'll start playing the right game, using the invisible rules that were always there, but that no one had explained so clearly. Many believe this power is the privilege of a few, but the truth is, anyone can learn to awaken their erotic capital, no matter your age, social position, or professional context. There's always the possibility to amplify your presence and make the world see you in a completely new way. This is the point where the pain of rejection transforms into the glory of being desired and respected. When you understand that erotic capital is convertible into other forms of power, social, economic, and even cultural, you realize that every detail counts. From the way you dress to the energy you radiate when you enter a room, everything communicates. And this invisible, yet powerful communication defines how the world decides who deserves respect, attention, and opportunities. Optimized insights. Erotic capital can be developed at any age. It functions as an invisible currency that opens doors in all areas of life. The pain of invisibility can be transformed into respect, desire, and recognition. And now that you understand how this invisible game that moves the world works, it's time to act. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and share this video, because here we bring teachings that go far beyond theories, delivering real tools for you to grow in all areas of your life. And remember, every video on the channel brings new insights on behavior, social power, relationships, and personal development. So don't stop here. Keep watching, because there are other contents that will help you stand out even more, build a remarkable presence, and gain the respect and opportunities you deserve.